CECILY skirt, a simple calf-length skirt with two side pockets, pleats on the front waistband and elasticated on the back waistband. This sewing pattern is available in sizes 8 to 20 and it's level easy. So you've cut out all your pieces and now we're going to start with the pockets. So we've pinned one pocket to the side edge and sew it down along the outer edge and press outwards away from the skirt and top stitch just close to the seam edge. So you want to do one pocket either side of the front and the back, so you've got 4 pockets altogether. Give it a good press and now we're on to the pleats. Now the front piece is where the pleats are, and you've got 2 sets of 3 notches on either side of the centre on the front piece only, and you're going to fold in each pleat from the left and the right hand side into the centre, following the little diagram on the template. Now machine stitch within the seam allowance, and this just holds the pleat in place. So there's you have it, 1, 2, 3, 4 pleats on the front only, and the pockets extended outwards at the side. Now we're going to join the front to back, so we place the front piece on top of the back piece, match up the pockets all the way around, and we're going to sew down the top edge to the pocket, top of the pocket edge, all the way around the pocket and down to the lower edge. So this means that the pocket opening to the pocket bag is left unstitched. And then you're going to press it towards the front and just notch it at the corner points, at the top and bottom corner points. Now onto the waistband now. Iron some interfacing onto the back of the front waistband piece only. Here it is. Interfacing's great for allowing a bit of stiffness to the fabric. And we're going to pin the front waistband to the back waistband. The back waistband is much longer than the front waistband, so we pin it at the side edges, and then we're going to sew down each side. Press the seam allowance open, and fold the waistband in half, matching up the raw edges. Open it up again, so it's really, you can see the pleat, where the pleat is at the centre, and line up the elastic at the side edges and pin them in and stitch them in. Then we're going to fold it back over again and we're going to stitch, machine stitch within the seam allowance all the way around the waistband, and that encases the elastic inside. And you can see that here I've also overlocked the edge. Now we're going to pin that waistband piece to the raw edge, top edge of the front and back, matching up the side seams with the elasticated back section at the back and the front interface section at the front. Now I like to pin this in place and even hand tack it, but you can see I'm just pulling and pressing, pulling the elastic as I go, so that I'm always sewing with a flat piece. So stop with the needle, machine needle down into the fabric, and then pull the waistband so you're drawing the elastic beyond. You've got a nice flat piece to then sew, carry on sewing. Just make sure you don't sew any of the elastic as you're going. So you should be just sewing fabric, not elastic. And the elastic needs to be free flowing inside the channel. So you carry on round. You need to be a bit firm with this, you know, make sure you sort of do it with some, be the boss, that's what I like to say. Now this method means that you have your overlocked edge. It's great if you've got an overlocker, and the edge just lies, the seam allowance just lies at the back of the skirt. But I've also got another method, method 2, where the raw edges are encased into the channel, the waistband. So if you continue watching this film, you'll see another method where all the raw edges are encased. So now I'm coming up to the side seam, I'm meeting up with my front stitching and trim off any loose ends. And there you can see my waistband's all attached. And then press the waistband upwards, go to the ironing board and press it so that the seam allowance lies downwards at the wrong side. Pretty happy with that. And if you want to, you can top stitch on the skirt side just to hold the seam allowance in position. Now method 2 waistband, you're cutting the same pieces, but instead of attaching 2 edges of the waistband, you're attaching 1 edge, and the other edge has been folded over 1 centimetre. Now this is really good for sort of encasing all those raw edges inside. Takes a little bit longer because you've got to sew it twice. In some respects it may be a little bit easier as well. So you're pressing the waistband upwards and then you're folding over the edge that has got the 1 centimetre fold, fold it over and match the folded edge to the stitching that you've done on the other side, and then top stitch all the way around. Use the same method as before where you're pulling the elastic as you go. Finally, just hem the skirt. I've done a single fold hem here just to keep the length, and there you have your lovely skirt. Thanks for watching.